According to the National Electrical Code, specifically regarding multi-motor applications, the electrician's interpretation concerning the need for additional fuse disconnect switches may not be entirely accurate, provided certain conditions are met. The core of the matter revolves around Section 430.53d, which allows for multiple motors to be supplied by a single branch circuit, and Section 430.28, which deals with feeder tap rules. However, the scenario presented involves factory-installed equipment, which often has different considerations under the NEC. The key factor is whether the overcurrent protection devices, namely the overload relays within the motor starters and the motor controllers themselves, are listed for group installation. Listing, in this context, refers to equipment that has been evaluated and approved by a recognized testing laboratory, such as UL or ETL, for use in a specific manner. If the make-up air units are supplied with a control center that includes a disconnect, whether fused or non-fused, and a starter, and this assembly is listed as a factory-assembled unit, then the NEC requirements are likely satisfied without the need for additional fuse disconnects, assuming the overcurrent protection is adequately addressed within the factory-installed equipment. The NEC places significant emphasis on the protection of motor circuits from overcurrent conditions. This protection is typically achieved through a combination of short-circuit protection and overload protection. Short-circuit protection, usually provided by fuses or circuit breakers, is designed to quickly interrupt the circuit in the event of a high-current fault, such as a short circuit to ground or between conductors. Overload protection, on the other hand, is intended to protect the motor and its associated wiring from excessive current draw over a longer period, which could result from a mechanical overload or a sustained voltage drop. In the context of multi-motor applications, the NEC requires that each motor have its own individual overload protection. This is typically accomplished using overload relays within the motor starter. These relays are designed to trip and to energize the motor if the current draw exceeds a predetermined level for a specified time. Furthermore, the NEC mandates that the branch circuit supplying the motors must have short-circuit protection sized to protect the smallest motor in the group. This requirement ensures that a fault in any one of the motors will not compromise the entire branch circuit. Given that the make-up air units are factory-assembled and include both a disconnect and a starter, it is highly probable that the manufacturer has already addressed these overcurrent protection requirements within the unit's design. The disconnect switch, whether fused or non-fused, serves primarily as a means of isolating the motor circuit for maintenance or repair purposes. It is not necessarily intended to provide overcurrent protection. Fuse disconnect switches incorporate fuses that provide both short-circuit and overload protection, while non-fused disconnect switches rely on external overcurrent protection devices, such as circuit breakers or fuses in the panel board, to provide this protection. In this scenario, the fact that the factory-installed disconnects may be non-fused is not necessarily a violation of the NEC. As long as the branch circuit supplying the units is properly protected by a circuit breaker or fuse sized according to NEC requirements, and each motor has its own individual overload protection within the starter, the installation is likely compliant. Section 430.53d of the NEC provides specific guidelines for multi-motor branch circuits. This section allows for two or more motors to be connected to the same branch circuit provided certain conditions are met. Firstly, each motor must have individual overload protection. Secondly, the branch circuit overcurrent device must be sized appropriately for the smallest motor in the group. Thirdly, the controller for each motor must be listed for group installation. Listing for group installation means that the controller has been evaluated and approved for use in a multi-motor application. This typically involves testing the controller's ability to withstand the stresses and transients associated with multiple motors starting and stopping simultaneously. If the controllers and the make-up air units are listed for group installation, then the installation is more likely to be compliant with the NEC. Section 430.28, which addresses feeder taps, is not directly applicable in this scenario. Feeder taps typically involve tapping into a main feeder to supply a smaller load. In this case, the branch circuit is supplying the make-up air units directly, rather than tapping into a feeder. Therefore, the feeder tap rules do not apply. The electrician's concern may stem from a misunderstanding of the NEC requirements for multi-motor applications. While it is true that the NEC generally requires individual overcurrent protection for each motor, this requirement can be satisfied within a factory-assembled unit that is listed for its intended purpose. The fact that the disconnects are factory-installed and the units are listed as a factory assembly suggests that the manufacturer has already taken these requirements into account. To definitively determine compliance, several steps should be taken. Firstly, verify that the motor controllers are listed for group installation. This information should be available on the controller's nameplate or in the manufacturer's documentation. Secondly, confirm that the branch circuit overcurrent device is sized appropriately for the smallest motor in the group. The NEC provides specific tables and calculations for determining the proper size of overcurrent devices for motor circuits. Thirdly, ensure that each motor has individual overload protection within the starter. The overload relays should be sized according to the motor's nameplate current rating. If all of these conditions are met, then the installation is likely compliant with the NEC, even if the factory-installed disconnects are non-fused. The presence of factory-installed equipment often simplifies the installation process, as the manufacturer has already addressed many of the NEC requirements within the unit's design. This is particularly true for listed equipment, which has been evaluated and approved by a recognized testing laboratory. In summary, the electrician's concern about the need for additional fuse disconnect switches may be unfounded. If the make-up air units are factory assembled, listed, and include appropriate overcurrent protection for each motor, then the installation is likely compliant with the NEC, even if the disconnects are non-fused. However, it is important to verify that all of the NEC requirements for multi-motor applications are met before making a final determination. Consider these points. Firstly, verify the listing status of the make-up air units and their components. Check for a UL or other recognized testing laboratory label on the equipment. Secondly, review the manufacturer's documentation for the units to understand the intended installation and operation. The documentation should provide information on the overcurrent protection scheme and any specific NEC requirements that apply. Thirdly, consult with a qualified electrical engineer or inspector to obtain a professional opinion on the compliance of the installation. An engineer or inspector can review the design and installation and provide guidance on any necessary corrections or modifications. Ultimately, the goal is to ensure that the electrical installation is safe and compliant with the NEC. By following these steps and seeking expert advice, it is possible to determine whether additional fuse disconnect switches are required for the make-up air units. Remember that electrical codes are in place to protect people and property, and it is essential to adhere to them diligently. The electrician's question highlights a common area of confusion regarding multi-motor applications. The NEC can be complex and requires careful interpretation to ensure compliance. The fact that the equipment is factory installed and listed simplifies the process, but it is still important to verify that all of the NEC requirements are met. If there is any doubt, it is always best to consult with a qualified electrical professional. The NEC is a living document that is updated regularly to reflect changes in technology and best practices. It is important to stay up to date in the latest code requirements to ensure that electrical installations are safe and compliant. The NEC provides a comprehensive set of rules and guidelines for electrical installations. However, it is not intended to be a substitute for sound engineering judgment. Electrical professionals must use their knowledge and experience to apply the NEC in a practical and safe manner. The question also raises the issue of coordination between different trades. In this case, the electrician is questioning the design of the mechanical equipment. It is important for different trades to communicate and coordinate their work to ensure that the overall installation is safe and compliant. The electrician's concern about the disconnects is a valid one. Disconnects are an important safety feature that allows for the isolation of electrical equipment for maintenance and repair. It is important to ensure that disconnects are properly sized and installed to provide adequate protection. In this case, the electrician is questioning whether the factory-installed disconnects are sufficient to meet the NEC requirements. The answer to this question depends on several factors, including the size of the motors, the type of overcurrent protection, and the listing status of the equipment. By following the steps outlined above, it is possible to determine whether additional fuse disconnect switches are required. The use of factory-assembled and listed equipment can simplify electrical installations and ensure compliance with the NEC. However, it is important to verify that all of the NEC requirements are met even when using factory-installed equipment. Electrical safety is paramount. By adhering to the NEC and seeking expert advice, it is possible to create a safe and compliant electrical installation. The fact that the units are already on site should not preclude the possibility of making changes if necessary. If it is determined that additional fuse disconnect switches are required, they should be installed to ensure compliance with the NEC. It is important to address any electrical safety concerns promptly and effectively. In conclusion, the electrician's question is a valid one that requires careful consideration. By following the steps outlined above and seeking expert advice, it is possible to determine whether additional fuse disconnect switches are required for the makeup air units. Remember that electrical safety is paramount, and it is important to adhere to the NEC diligently. The specific sections of the NEC that are relevant to this question include 430.53d, which addresses multi-motor branch circuits, and 430.28, which addresses feeder taps. However, the overall requirements for motor protection and disconnects are covered throughout Article 430 of the NEC. It is important to consult the entire article to ensure compliance. The NEC also references other standards, such as those published by UL for specific equipment requirements. It is important to be familiar with these standards as well. The interpretation of the NEC can be complex and may vary depending on the specific application. It is always best to consult with a qualified electrical professional to obtain a definitive opinion. The information provided is for general guidance only and should not be considered a substitute for professional advice. Electrical work should only be performed by qualified individuals who are familiar with the NEC and other applicable codes and standards. The use of electrical equipment can be dangerous if not done properly. Always follow safety precautions and consult with a qualified professional if you have any questions. The NEC is a valuable resource for ensuring electrical safety. By adhering to the NEC, it is possible to create a safe and compliant electrical installation. Remember that electrical safety is everyone's responsibility. Be sure to follow safety precautions and consult with a qualified professional if you have any questions. It's worth reiterating that the listing status of the equipment is paramount. A listed assembly from the manufacturer shoulders them with the responsibility of meeting the necessary safety standards, including overcurrent protection and disconnect means appropriate for the application. It is highly unlikely they would provide a configuration that violates NEC, especially given the potential liability. Always ensure you have the correct documentation to demonstrate this listing to the local electrical inspector. Furthermore, carefully review the installation instructions provided by the manufacturer. These instructions often outline specific requirements or recommendations for the electrical connections, including the size and type of conductors, overcurrent protection, and grounding. Adhering to these instructions is crucial for ensuring the safe and reliable operation of the equipment. If there are any discrepancies between the manufacturer's instructions and the NEC, it is essential to resolve them in consultation with a qualified electrical professional. They can help to determine the most appropriate course of action, taking into account the specific circumstances of the installation. Finally, when dealing with electrical equipment, it is always better to err on the side of caution. If you are unsure about any aspect of the installation, do not hesitate to seek expert advice. A qualified electrical professional can provide valuable guidance and help to ensure that the installation is safe and compliant. Illinois, like other states, generally adopts the NEC with or without amendment. You should confirm the specific electrical code adopted by the state of Illinois and any local jurisdictions, as these might have additional requirements or interpretations relevant to your installation. Contacting the local electrical inspection authority is essential to clarify any specific requirements or interpretations they may have regarding multi-motor installations and disconnects. They can provide definitive guidance based on their local enforcement practices. Remember to keep detailed records of all inspections, approvals, and documentation related to the electrical installation. This documentation can be invaluable in demonstrating compliance with the NEC and resolving any future issues or concerns. If modifications or changes are made to the factory-installed equipment, it is essential to ensure that these modifications do not void the equipment's listing or compromise its safety. Any changes should be made by qualified personnel and in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions and the NEC. Regular maintenance and inspections of electrical equipment are crucial for ensuring its continued safe and reliable operation. Develop a schedule for inspecting the make-up air units and their electrical connections, and address any issues promptly. Remember that electrical safety is an ongoing process, not a one-time event. By staying informed, seeking expert advice, and following safe practices, you can help to ensure the safety of people and property. The information provided should be used as a starting point for your research and decision-making. It is essential to consult with qualified electrical professionals and authorities to obtain definitive guidance and ensure compliance with all applicable codes and standards.